begin with the end in mind is frequently a piece of advice that I want to give the entire crypto industry. Anyone who's an investor, anything that is going on, being posted on X or on YouTube, I'm just like, hey guys, can we please just begin with the end in mind? Can we just zoom out just a little bit? And so I bring this up today because frequently I find when people get involved with crypto, they jump too quickly in and they start to play someone else's game, and they never flip the question back onto themselves to ask themselves, what game am I playing? What type of investor am I? What am I looking for? How does this fit into my lifestyle? What are the investments that are in alignment and resonate with me? Why am I holding what I'm holding? What are the risks? What are the rewards? What are the targets? What is the plan? All of these bucketed questions I find are 10 times more important than the external questions of trying to find more projects or trying to fit yourself into a box in a different way. If you can flip the question back to yourself and begin with the end in mind, you can set yourself free in so many ways. So I'm going to get into one example today so you can see it on a deeper level. But just to get started, hey, I'm Whitney Magic. Welcome to my channel, my home. This is a space where I love to talk about building wealth through crypto investing and making the process easier and more freeing than ever before, especially beginning with our own emotions that live within. Okay, so example. I'm sure we've all run into this. A friend, a homie, a stranger who goes up to you and asks you, like you start talking about crypto or curious about crypto. Hey, have you ever heard about XRP? What do you think about XRP? What do you think? Tell me your picks around the coins. What's your favorite coin? We all know those conversations. And ultimately, whenever those conversations come up, I realize what people are saying. And also, I never like to answer it in a straightforward way. I'll give you a few reasons why. First off, when people are asking, what do you think about this coin? They just want the straight answer back. And if you just give them a straight answer back, and if I give you just a straight answer back of what it means, essentially, I never actually got you to think anything different. Instead, I just responded back to you in a very straightforward way. You understood. It was like noise in, noise out. Okay, XRP, X, check these boxes. But you never actually stewed on anything and considered how this fits into your own plan. And so for me to answer your question in a way that actually makes a difference in your world or has the information actually land, I have to get a little bit more context around what is the game that you are playing. What are some of the information pieces that I could give back to be able to say, oh, this is how it fits into the plan that you're playing. But if I simply just say like, oh, XRP is all these things, it's founded these times, it has this growth potential, it has these target rates, like yeah, blah, blah, blah. If I talk about it in that way, you know what's going to happen is you're going to pick up some information. It may resonate with you, it may not, but you will never have understood how it actually lays into the game that you are playing as an investor. And so whenever I'm talking to people about crypto and investing, I always like to begin with the end in mind and ask them before I'm asking about what coins they're looking at or talking anything about coins. I'm curious and I want to know, what are your values? What are you looking for? What are your goals? Like what type of, how risky do you like to play? How growth oriented are you? Do you like more of the young coins, the innovative growth oriented coins? Or do you like more of the old, stable Ethereum, Bitcoins type of things? And so I find a lot of the conversations in the crypto space, I would love for a lot of them to be shifting where people are talking about what types of investors they are, what they value. So, okay, example for myself. Some of the things that I value the most is I value being part of systems that are building the new earth, that are building a future that we want to see, building a new earth of decentralization where the power is diversified and spread out and put into the hands of the people and not just the few. I also, for me, I'm a huge innovation nerd. So I love seeing systems that are really sexy in that sense of like they're part of the future. Systems, when I'm talking about the systems, I'm talking about the blockchain architecture. I'm like, I want to see things that are fast. I want to see things that are cheap. I want to see things that are cutting edge and that can help with scalability and interoperability. I also love seeing, specifically for myself, like I love seeing things that are promoting more consciousness and that fuel people that have more consciousness. So I often like to look to the founders. I like to look to the community to be like, what conversations are people having? Because collectively, crypto is a game about, it's a movement. It's moving energy within people. And to do that, it takes people, it takes leaders to be able to continue to move a message and move technology from one person to the next. So I like to take a look, who are the trailblazers, who are the leaders within the community, within the founder, to be able to move these things out into the greater world. And also, I, myself, have a very high risk tolerance. And I do know the game that I'm playing. And I do know the point where I am at in my own wealth journey. And that is around building and growing out my goose egg, my goose nest, my financial basket. I'm good with being in risky things. Risky, but also things that are of value. So I don't come to crypto to gamble, but instead I come to crypto to say, hey, I'm an engineer. I love spotting innovation. I love being a part of things that are changing the world. I love being aligned to things that are conscious. And I love the game that comes with the volatility of things being up and down. There's something about it that I love it, because I know that in the volatility, yes, there's ups and downs. The downs are there. That's just a necessary factor. But the highs are what we're really here for. And if I can position myself to be able to stay through the lows and build my emotional resilience, I can also expose myself to higher than ever highs before. And so that's some of the reasons, and that's some of the games that I play as an investor, and that's what I value. Innovation is huge. Disruption is huge. We're building the new earth and the new grid and the new system. And to do that, it's going to take change. It's going to take discomfort. Sometimes there may be haters to certain systems or things being misunderstood. But I very much am someone who says, I will go seek for the truth. I will go find it. And that's just who I am. So when you're asking yourself, I would love for you just to ask yourself, take a moment to reflect, like, what type of investor are you? What do you look for in the world? Where do you align your economic energy and your money to? What are you building? And I think that some of this energy can be cleaned up too, especially when we look at all these different meme coins that are out there, and being able to understand certain ones fit into our ethos for certain ways if you're trying to align to growth in different matters. But also asking yourself, what percentage of my portfolio is worth playing this game? How much of my energy is worth me putting research into these projects that maybe don't have any real tangible value on earth? They're just here as money-making tools. So just remember, big takeaway, big takeaway. Yes, begin with the end in mind. And also remember that there are going to be a lot of winners in crypto this year, in these next few years. A lot of wealth is going to be shifting hands. Everyone is going to have an opinion around what a favorite coin is. You don't have to play their game. I want you to play your own. But the only way for you to play your own is to figure out what your game is. And sometimes to figure out what your game is requires doing some research to understand what are the other games that other people are playing. Is that in alignment with me or in alignment with them? Can I pick that? Can I pick that? It's kind of like dating. You're picking parts of a person with each date that you go on, where you're I like that component. Universe, please give me more. You go on a date with someone else who has a part, and you're great, all these things. So when we are here, beginning with the end in mind, we're crafting a plan of the type of investors that we are. And personally for myself, I know that I am a growth, DeFi investor. Very simply said. So anyways, that's one big reason that I really love Pulse Chain and that whole ecosystem, is also very much with the ethos related to that. So anyways, that is today's episode. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, I am Whitney Magic. Please feel free to please smash like, drop me a comment. I would love to hear from you. Hit a subscribe or share with a friend. Yeah. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.